Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is a love tarot reading for the collective. Not all of the messages that come through in this reading may apply to everyone watching today. So please only take in from this reading what speaks to your soul and what resonates for you and your situation, and release the rest to the universe. So let's see what messages Spirit is sharing with the collective today, please. And this is the 8 of Wands. Let's see what else. What do we need to hear? What does Spirit want to reveal to the collective? And this is the Hermit. That is an interesting combination of cards, but we will get to that in a moment. We'll grab one more card and then we'll start revealing what message Spirit is sharing with the collective today, please. And this is the Fool. Well, with the 8 of Wands leading the way, this is about your person opening the lines of communication. The 8 of Wands is a card of talking, two-way communication, not you reaching out to them and just getting cricket noise or no response or no return call or no return text. This is about your person reaching out to communicate with you. But at the moment, they are in this place of self-imposed isolation that comes with the Hermit. And they are sequestered away. The Hermit is actually a very powerful card, although it does confirm for most of you watching this reading today that your person is in this place of no contact, that they're silent, that they are ghosting you, and that they have retreated away into this place of self-imposed isolation to actually look at themselves and look within. Because this is where they do a lot of their soul searching. This is where they address those issues within them that cause them to act foolishly, that cause them to embarrass themselves and humiliate themselves and act towards you in ways that were so crushing and heartbreaking towards you. But they need to address these things so that they can come bursting out of this hermit cave with the energy of the Fool and start talking to you again. The 8 of Wands is also a card that tells us things are going to get out of stagnation. Things are going to come out of this place of limbo. It's just at the moment your person is using this time for a lot of inner reflection, to look within themselves to make sure that they do not bring their problems, their dramas, their conflict, their low vibration words and actions, their toxic and dysfunctional mess, their pride or their ego back into this relationship with you, because they see where it's done so much damage, because they are looking within. They are addressing their shadow side. And that little shadowy creature, that little gremlin, needs to just scurry off and go somewhere else, because that is what your person is working on at the moment. Now, the Hermit is ruled by Virgo, but you don't have to be a Virgo, nor does your person, for this reading to work for you. This is a collective reading. It is for everyone. It's more important that we consider the overall message that Spirit is sharing with the collective. And at the moment, I feel it's telling us, but I'm not fully sure, that this is why they're silent. This is why they're not communicating with you at the moment. This is why you haven't received a phone call or a text from them, because they are spending time on that inner plane, communicating with themselves, which is something that is very important that they be doing during this time that you are away from each other. Now, as we get to the Fool, we have to consider that this person does want to start over, and they want to get to this next phase, and they want you to be part of this next phase of their life, because with the Fool comes this great reset with the number 0. But the Fool is always about this next chapter of our lives. We are coming into this next chapter, and that is what is happening for you and your person. And they want to continue on this next phase of their journey with you. Because with the Fool, it tells us that they want to take this leap of faith and trust in what they believe and what they know in their heart concerning this connection, and come towards you with this giant step. The Fool is also ruled by Uranus, which is the planet of surprises. So expect the unexpected, especially with the Hermit being in the middle of the 8 of Wands and the Fool, because these two cards on either side of the Hermit are cards of sudden and swift change. So although this person is being very quiet at the moment and not responding to your messages or phone calls, they are going to burst out of this hermit cave and open the lines of communication with you. But your person is acknowledging with this Fool being here that they treated you horribly, and they are embarrassed and ashamed and humiliated for words that they said to you that they know they shouldn't have said. They want to make amends. They want to make things right because they want this opportunity for a fresh start with you. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What does Spirit want to share with a collective? Well, this is the Star. Just one moment, guys. Just one moment. We have to cover the Star. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. The reason there is a bright pink posted on that star image is because she's not wearing any clothes, and YouTube rules and regulations tell us that we can't have those kind of images. So we quickly cover it with a post-it, and that's why you'll see post-its on some of the cards in the readings. But the Star, well, the Star is the card of hope, asking you to remain hopeful that this person is doing what they need to do during their inner journey. This is a journey for them to look within at the moment, and you've done a lot of this soul searching and inner work yourselves during this time you've been away from each other, because your person wants to heal. They want to let go of these things. The Star is a card of healing. It's a card of being connected to the divine, and your person is listening to messages that they are receiving from their angels and guides, and they are following through because this person wants to be able to return to you a much transformed and healed version of themselves. The Star is ruled by Aquarius, but the other very important thing about the Star is that it acknowledges, or it causes your person to acknowledge, with the Star being present, that you are the one. You have always been the one. This person has always believed that way down into the depths of all of their heart and all of their soul. They've always known that the two of you belong together. They just were not ready for you. They had to prepare. They had to be ready. They needed to heal things that they have been lugging around with them for God knows how long. And they don't want to carry that stuff with them anymore. They want to be free and clear to be able to pursue you and create this relationship that has a strong foundation for the two of you. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. Well, what do we have here? This fell out in this order, so we will go with the Emperor first, and then we will go with this beautiful Four of Wands. Well, the Emperor tells us your person is getting it done. The Emperor is all about someone who is going to rise up and take action and take control of their situation. At the moment, this person is very focused on letting go of things that have held them back from being in this connection with you, because with this Four of Wands coming next, they truly desire this partnership with you, because the Four of Wands is not only about reconciliation, but it is about long-term partnership and union as well. The Emperor is ruled by Aries, but also the planet Mars. And the planet Mars is all about movement. It is all about action. And this tells us that yes, your person is gearing up and getting ready to take action and come bursting out of this self-imposed isolation and start talking to you, because this person is not going to allow themselves to fail. With the Emperor energy being on the table, failure is not an option. This person is going to succeed at overcoming their challenges, getting rid of their blockages, getting rid of old emotional wounds and everything else that has held them back from this partnership, because the energy of the Emperor is successful. The Emperor has a plan and a strategy, and they think that through very carefully, but when they are ready to move, because they are ruled by Aries and the planet Mars, movement is going to happen, and your person is going to rise up and take action. And that's regardless of their sign, regardless of their gender, because this reading is for everyone, and it's the energy of the card and the overall energy of the reading. But as we come to the Four of Wands, it is about union. It is about the celebration of your partnership with one another. Now, that can be a private celebration, just the two of you going off and going for a nice dinner, perhaps going for a weekend getaway. Ultimately, it is about festivities like receptions after wedding ceremonies and parties that come after hand fasting ceremonies or commitment ceremonies. It can be engagement parties. It can be housewarming parties if you are moving in together. The Four of Wands is about celebration, the celebration of your union, of your commitment with each other. And this person has been thinking about all of this while they have been sequestered away in that hermit cave. And so, if they have had commitment fears and phobias, they are addressing those successfully, overcoming them, because the Emperor does not fail. The Emperor does not leave any stone unturned. They make sure that they have everything together, and bam, boom, then they move. And this is going to be your person bursting out of this silence all of a sudden to open these lines of communication with you. So there are 3 cards on the table of very intense energy. Although your person is silent right now, I do feel that action is coming, your person reaching out to open these lines of communication with you. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What do we need to hear? What is Spirit sharing with the collective? This is the Four of Swords. Well, it's interesting. We have the Four of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Eight of Wands, because 8 is divisible by the number 4. The number 4 is all about stability. I feel your person is also using this time to find their stability, to become more grounded, to find their emotional maturity as well. This Four of Swords supports the Hermit in that your person is quiet. They are retreated away at the moment. But the Four of Swords is all about peace, tranquility, harmony, your person trying to find those things within themselves so that when they come out of this isolation, out of this silence, they're going to be able to show you and tell you how they feel about you, but they want this union with you, and they want to travel with you, and they want a much more stable foundation for this relationship as well. Four of Swords tells us your person is healing. They are reflecting. They are doing this inner work. And this is definitely what they are supposed to be doing during this time that you are away from each other. That is why you are in this space right now. And I know it's difficult. I know it's hard. I know that you miss them. You long for them. And my heart goes out to all of you because I understand it is a very difficult part of this journey. But it is the most important part of this journey, because this is where they grow up. This is where they find their stability and maturity, so that they are no longer commitment phobic, so that they can have an adult conversation with you about their feelings, so that they can be emotionally vulnerable and expressive, so that they can have this commitment, this relationship with you, and no longer be fearful, because this person acknowledges, with the star being on the table for this reading today, that you are the one. They've always known that you are the one. And for some of you, perhaps this person has shared this with you, but yet they still ran away and went silent on you because they need to address these things within themselves. And it's not something to do with you. It's because there's something that is broken within them that you reflected to them, that shadow side that they need to heal, that they need to work through. And that is why this time away from one another, even though it is stressful, it's heartbreaking, it's full of sadness, yes, but it is important. That is why, with this Four of Swords being here on the table, it's very important for you guys watching the reading to make sure that you take care of yourself. The Four of Swords is about positive self-care. Do something for yourself that boosts your spirits, that makes you happy, that brings you joy. Whatever that thing is, even if it's just for 5 minutes every day, find something that makes you laugh. Like my guilty pleasure is watching these two ring parrots that have I'm not sure what country they're from, but they're these parrots that have these black rings around their necks, and they're called Beaker and Tinkerbell. Beaker and Tinkerbell, and they make me laugh so much every day. It's the first thing I do when I get up because they bring me so much joy. And as silly as that is, it puts me in a happy mood to get going with my day. So find something every day that brings you joy, that brings you peace, that brings you happiness. It can be something like going for a walk in nature. It can be taking a yoga class. It can be taking up a new hobby, like perhaps learning some sort of dance that you've always wanted to learn. It can be about going swimming. It's a beautiful time to go into the pool and go swimming right now, or to the lake or to the ocean. It can be about having coffee with a friend. It can be about having a cup of tea and diving into a book that you have not had time to read because you've been too busy and you've been too focused on this situation with your person. This is about taking time for you, that Four of Swords. Okay, so that's enough of that. That was a message from Spirit. But let's see what else is coming in for this message today, please. What do we need to hear? Well, this is the King of Swords now. The King of Swords is the king of communication. The King of Swords tells us your person is going to find the right words to be able to talk to you. The King of Swords is an air sign, and that is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. This is about your person getting ready to open the lines of contact, because all kings, although this is the King of Swords and he is an air sign, all kings are ruled by the element of fire. And fire is all about movement and action, supporting the Eight of Wands and the Emperor, obviously. But this as well is about your person seeing the truth, having clarity, having breakthroughs, gaining wisdom, being able to understand so much more about themselves, and they are using this time in this hermit space to figure themselves out the way that they should be. This is what they are supposed to be doing right now. And they will find the right words, and they will show back up and start talking to you and express the truth. Because the King of Swords carries the sword of truth. It is all about being real and authentic and honest and acting with integrity. But also, the King of Swords is about making decisions to get moving. And we have to consider those two elements, fire and air. Those two elements can move very quickly. So supporting the Fool, which is about expecting the unexpected and surprises, the Eight of Wands, which is about sudden and quick change, and the Emperor, which is ruled by Mars, which is all about action. Yes, although this person is sequestered away with the energy of the Hermit and the Four of Swords, they are doing what they need to do so that when they come out of that silence, they are ready to have adult conversations with you, because this person couldn't have those kind of conversations. That's why they shut down and ran away. If they had had those conversations with you about, this is going too fast, I'm overwhelmed by feelings, I've never felt anything like this before, I'm scared of what's happening, of course, you would have had conversations with them, and you guys would have found some sort of compromise and found some sort of solution that worked for both of you, but they couldn't do it. So they just shut down and ran away, tucking their tail between the legs because they were a coward. This person, when they return, no longer a coward, by the way, with the energy of the Emperor and the King of Swords being on the table, your person being rock solid, being confident, being daring, having courage, being determined as well. Your person won't be backing down from having those adult conversations with you anymore. So I know that you would give anything to talk to them, but trust me when I say that this time of silence at the moment is very important. It's important for you. It is important for them as well. But remember to do something every day for yourselves that makes you happy, that brings you joy. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What do we need to hear? What is Spirit sharing with the collective? Reflecting pool. Stillness. Now this card comes with number 33. If anyone resonates with number 33, that can be March 3rd. It can be the number 6. So it can be June or it could be the 6th of any month if those dates or numbers resonate with anyone. And I'm not really sure that you guys can see this, but this lady is looking in this beautiful dress, very magnificent, looking into this reflecting pool, and she sees her reflection. And that reflection is that of a swan. So, what happens? How do swans come? Where do swans come from? They come from that transformation, the story of the ugly duckling, right? I am not saying that your person's an ugly duckling. I am just using this as an example. Your person is going through this transformation. That is what this is about. And that is why they're still and silent. That is why they are quiet. But that time of quiet is coming to an end because this person is going to burst out of this silence and start talking to you. So much transformation happening for both of you during this time of silence. The sound of silence. Oh my God, I love that song so much. Who loves that song, The Sound of Silence? There's been so many different renditions of it. But anyway, so this person is using this time for self-reflection. That's what you do when you have the Hermit and the Four of Swords on the table at the same time, looking within themselves to make sure that they don't bring any of their damage, any of their confusion, any of their drama, their trauma, their toxic and dysfunctional behaviors or habits back into this relationship, because this person wants this partnership and this union with you that comes with that Four of Wands. But let's see what else Spirit is sharing with the collective today, please. Bear Spirit, healing. Who resonates with bears? I can resonate with teddy bears, but definitely not a wild grizzly out in the live. That would be very scary. This Bear Spirit card comes with number 4. If anyone resonates with number 4, that can be April. It can be the 4th of any month, but oh my goodness, all the 4s on the table. Oh, the Emperor also has a 4. Ooh, wow. I am now going to have to do some high-level math. The Emperor is a 4, the 4 of Wands, the 4 of Swords. That 8 of Wands breaks into 2 4s, and now we have Bear Spirit as well with a number 4. Okay, so this tells us so much, guys. It really does. It tells us that your person is using this time to find their stability. The number 4 is all about being stable. It is about finding your power. It is about finding your courage. It is about doing whatever is necessary so that you can stand in your power of who you are and be confident, be courageous, no longer being fearful or afraid, but standing in that power so that they can have this relationship with you. That is what they are working towards with this, all of these 4s and that Bear Spirit as well. So I feel that this person is doing whatever is necessary so that they can make sure that when they return to you, they are not going to make any of the same mistakes or create any of the same problems between the two of you that they did before. It's going to be a very different relationship for you guys. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What do we need to hear? Whenever I try to reach out to you, I get panic attacks. Well, that is why they are sequestered away with the energy of the Hermit at the moment and that 4 of Swords so that they can get over that. But that's not going to be anything that's going to stop this person, because with the Emperor on the table, the Emperor energy does not have panic attacks. The Emperor is self-assured, self-aware, confident, secure in who they are, as is the King of Swords, and that is going to be the energy of your person. No more panic attacks, no more being fearful, no more being afraid. I also just noticed that the star is number 17, and if we break that down to 1 + 7, that also equals 8, which is divisible by 4. I am not a genius at math, so I am not going to attempt to count the number of 4s that are on the table for this reading today, guys, but there's a lot of them. And number 4 is, well, it is all about stability. Your person finding their center, finding their core, being able to stand in their power, being able to show up confident. Now let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What do we need to hear? I've kept myself closed off for so long, it's all I know. Please give me some time to open up to you. Well, yes, if this person has spent most of their life being closed off emotionally for whatever reason, there's a lot of reasons people can be emotionally closed off because they've never told anybody how they feel about them. And that can be something that comes from childhood. Perhaps their parents never showed them the kind of love that this person needed when they were growing up. Perhaps this person has never been able to tell someone how they care about them or how they feel about them. And they don't have any sort of experience in all of this because they have kept themselves closed off for so long, because they have been perhaps afraid of being hurt or being hurt again. But this person is going to be able to open up to you because they have so much to share with you, because they want to build a life with you. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What do we need to hear? I keep coming up with excuses on why I shouldn't reach out. Well, that's that panic attack situation. Now, this can also be perhaps your person is afraid that you won't answer the phone, that you won't return a text, that you won't respond to an email. Your person can be thinking of many excuses about why they don't reach out to you. But all of these excuses are all going to come tumbling down anyway, because they are going to open the lines of communication, because that is all over this reading. Your person taking action, your person doing what is necessary, your person being able to talk to you, no longer being fearful of this relationship or of this love or how deep and intense this passion is between the two of you, no longer being commitment phobic, being able to work through all of those issues as well. And that does require a lot of inner work and self-reflection to be able to isolate those things that cause us to shut down, that cause us to shut off our heart. Protecting our heart, building a very thick wall around it. Well, that wall is going to come tumbling down as well, because this person wants to be able to build a rock solid relationship with you with all of those fours on the table. But let's see what else is coming through, for this message today, please. What do we need to hear? Well, this is mistakes, misunderstood, victim, and lost soul. Well, I feel that your person is definitely thinking about all of the mistakes that they have made during this time of reflection, stillness, quiet, isolation, because they need to see why they made those mistakes, what was within them that caused them to allow that to happen. Being able to address all of that, I feel, is something that's very important for this person, because they don't want to make those mistakes again, and they are bound and determined not to bring any more of their clutter back into this relationship with you, because the energy of the Emperor is someone who is confident, someone who's self-assured, someone who is successful at overcoming whatever challenges are in their way. And that will be the energy that your person is embodying. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. Well, this is distance. I feel that this distance between you and your person is really bothering them at the moment. They don't like being in this place of isolation. They do want to talk. They just want to make sure that they are absolutely on the other side of their stuff. They don't want to bring any of that back into this connection because they don't want to make mistakes anymore. Not those kind of mistakes. I'm sure they will make some mistakes. Maybe they'll burn the hamburgers on the grill, or put the toilet paper on the toilet paper roll upside down, or fold the towels wrong, or those kind of things. But they're not going to be dragging any of their old stuff into this connection for the two of you anymore, because they are addressing it. So your person, though, I feel, is really feeling this separation much more than you realize. I feel it's very hard on them. It's coming through as being very heavy for them as well, which is why they are working at releasing whatever it is that is holding them back. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. Well, this is withdrawn. This is single, lonely, and solitary. I do feel this person is feeling very lonely and solitary. I think I just might have said that. I can't remember. So the Hermit is about your person being in this self-imposed isolation, but also they are tired of being isolated and lonely and withdrawn. They want to come out of that space, which makes sense with the energy of the Emperor, the Eight of Wands, and the Fool. So even though there is silence between the two of you at the moment, things are going to get different because this person knows that they need to reach out to you to see if you are willing to talk to them, to see if you're willing to have this new beginning, because they know that you are the one for them. And ultimately, this person desires this life, this future with you. This is your reading for today, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all of you so very much. Blessings of peace, love, and light to all of you watching today. Have a great day, everyone.